Good day, everybody. Today, we will cover a few more topics, and we are at the halfway uh, until we are completing the core Java course. So let's review what we have learned in the previous lesson. Actually, we have learned a few methods that we are not going to use, and one of them is concatenation. It's used between string variables. If you want to add them together, you can use concat method after a string variable. And instead of that, of course, you can directly do it by using the plus method. So you're not going to use it, don't worry. But the other one, contains method, this is a very important method. And it checks if a string contains another string. It's very important, and as testers, we are going to use it a lot of times. Starts with, it's from the name, it's very easy to understand. We check if the string value starts with whatever we asked here, we entered here. That's very easy one. Ends with, it's very similar. It checks the last characters or character of the string value. If it is everywhere, for example, this and the string value we are looking is ending with everywhere, so the result will be true. The thing is, you should remember that everything starts with nothing and ends with nothing, and between everything there is nothing. So when you check it like this, the result will be true. Star ends with nothing. Yes, it ends with nothing. There's nothing after it. There's a little different logic, but it is exactly like I told you. There's a problem here. I was drinking tea, and because of that, now it's a little wet here. And we have tried to solve an email question. You may face this kind of questions when you are trying to test something. Index of. I'm not sure if you will use this method, but of course, it may come handy in different situations. If you want to learn index of a word or a letter, you can use this method. Just write it after the string variable and enter the word you are looking for. It will find it and it will return the index number of that letter or word. And we try to solve the same question in a different way. And what was that? Last index of, yes. Normal index of starts checking from the first one, left to right. Whenever it finds the first letter you are looking for, it returns the value. If you are looking for A, it will return you 1 index number. So, but last index of starts from the ending. For example, this one, when you look for R and SR, it is the first one we looked, but still it uses normal index structure. The index starts from the beginning. So the lang is 33. It means this little guy's index number is 32. Is empty one of the most used code when somebody enters a value to text box, just a username or password. Sometimes people do not enter anything there, so it means it's empty. If it's empty, we shouldn't accept it. But sometimes wise people try to do try to enter spaces instead of any character. This is not empty. It's very important. This is not empty. It has space characters in it. But it is blank, right? Blank means if it has only space characters, if that's the case, this blank will give us true. If it is not empty, but if it is blank, still we cannot use it for a password or username or anything for email. So it's very important for you to test this kind of things when you are testing something. Before going anywhere, I will check YouTube account and Zoom channel, nothing there, and Slack channel. Let me check there too. Okay, so far we have no question. So I believe we could be able to do review part. Let's continue. We have learned how to use isEmpty. It checks if the value is empty. Null pointers. It is a little hard to explain, so I will try my best to show you because let's start from the coding. But before that, let me explain a few things. I am trying to find the. Sometimes people cannot explain things with words. Instead, just drawing something helps greatly in that kind of situations. So I'll take it here. For example, this dog is showing something, right? It says, I'm pointer. I'm a pointer. It means this dog is pointing something. For example, he's pointing a bird or an animal, or perhaps this dog could be able to find and a person, and he is trying to rescue that person by showing his place. But this one is a null pointer. It means it's a pointer, but it points nothing. Yes, if you want to say that, yes, I know there might be a pointer here. Don't worry, I know, but there is nothing right now. If you want to say that, you can use a null pointer. But you should know that null pointer has nothing. It is not a value. Yes, it is a pointer. It points somewhere. It points that, underlines that this one does not have anything. Yes, I know it's very hard to explain. Let's come here. Null pointer means the variable does not have any value. It's very important. Null pointer means variable does not have any value. For example, we could create a string, and when you create a name for the string, let me change the name. I will use an easier one, the standard one, str. And without assigning any value using equality symbols, if you leave it like this, it means you have created the variable, but it has nothing in it. We haven't assigned any value to it. Null pointer is very similar to that. Let's check this part. Actually, all of them are different. First one is a null, as you can see, and there's an assignment, okay, but the value is not written between double quotes. It is the key. If it is like this, and if there is no string double quotes at the beginning and ending the value, it means this is a null pointer, and we can only write null here. And of course, why do we do that? It means this variable does not have any value. I know it. Because of that, I'm assigning null. I know it does not have anything. Even though we assign null to it, still it does not have anything. It has nothing. You have to assign something to it to be able to use it. And this is very similar This one and this one is very similar. As you can see, they are very similar because both of them has nothing as a value. The first one seems like it has been assigned to something, but null is not a value. The third one, it is totally different. It has been assigned to something. You know, this is nothing. There's no even space there, but still, this str3 has nothing inside of it. There's two of them do not have not even the nothing. They don't have anything, not even the nothing. The third one has nothing. It has something. Even though it's nothing, it has something. Yes, I know it's very hard to explain. Don't worry. When you use them, perhaps you can understand. So, okay, let's go to the coding and try to understand it from there. Today is day 11, not class. We will create package day 11, and the name of the package will be string manipulations, of course. Oh, no. Oh, yes. And the first class will be null pointer. CO1. Okay, let's create main method, and we are ready for the action. So first, I want to show you this string str1. It will have nothing like this. You know, this one has something, even though it is nothing. Still, we have assigned a string value to it. It's very important. str1 has nothing, but let's use it like this. Has nothing, but still it has something. I mean, even though it has nothing, it has something. So let's try to print it. So str1. This is a variable, and I am trying to print it. And I know that it has nothing inside of it. When I run the code, you will see there will be an empty line on the console. Here it is. This is the empty line. If there wasn't, you know, there's two lines here. Just keep that in mind. I will cancel this one. And you know, as you can see now, there is only one line. It means the system has printed nothing there. One line, it will print nothing there, and there will be two lines. Voila, as you can see. It means it has printed nothing here, but it has printed something. It is nothing, okay, I know that, but still it is something, even though it's nothing. This goes on like that. So let me show you something else. If I want to add something to this str1, sort str1 concatenation, and I will add Java to it. What will I see in the console? Here, it has printed Java. At first, there was nothing, and before Java, still there is nothing. No, before everything, there is nothing. And here we can see it clearly. And after that, it has written Java. The critical point here, I could be able to use this concatenation method with str1. str1 has nothing, but I could be able to add something to it by using concatenation method. And now I will create another string str2. As you can see, I have not assigned anything to it. We created str2, but we did not assign anything to it. It's very important. It is totally different situation. We have created and we have assigned something to it. But here I have created it, but I haven't assigned anything to it. It is like this. I have created the box, or let's say God has created the God, but God did not create inside of the box. This is the scenario. In the first one, God has created the God, and God has created inside of the God box. So even though box does not have anything inside of it, it has an inside. But this one, the inside of the box hasn't been created yet, not yet. So let's try to print str2. So str2. Java is complaining, as you can see, because the inside of the second string variable hasn't been created yet, so we cannot print it. There's how can I say inside of box hasn't been created, so you cannot attempt to print it because it hasn't been created yet. How can we print it? Because we did not assign any value to str2, we cannot print it. Let's try to use this concatenation method. As you can see, I am trying the same steps. And now I will try to add something to str2. So str2, concatenation, Java. What happens? It seems like everything is good here. So there's an error here. I will make it a comment. Oh, here, when I made the comment, it says str2 might not have been initialized. It means you haven't assigned any value to it, and because of that, you cannot use any methods. Because we did not assign any value to it, we cannot use any method. Okay, I hope this much is okay. I want to create another one. I will I will assign something to str2. str2, from now on, it will have Java is the best. So now we have assigned something to it. I can print it, and I can also use it with concatenation method. So str2. Now we have created inside of the box. I can print it without any problem. It will print the value, of course. As you can see, it is here. And let's try to do this. So str2, concatenation, Java. It will add Java at the end. That's all. Okay, I did not like that. It worked, but let's change it. I will add a dot there. Java is the best dot. It will be. Here, as you can see, I could be able to add anything I want because this time str2 has a value. Let's create another one. Now, yes, we are trying to learn null pointers. Let's return to that point. str3. Oh, of course. When I'm creating a new variable, I should write it with the data type. And I will assign null to it. Oh, not null, null. What I have done here, I have assigned something. It seems like I have assigned something, but as you can see, there are no double counts. It means actually, even though it seems like I am assigning something to it, I am not assigning anything. I am just saying that, hey Java, I know this one has nothing inside of it, but don't worry, I am aware of that. I know the situation. And this str2 has nothing inside of it. So it is like str2 when we did not assign anything. Okay, let's write like this. Still, even though we have assigned null to it, it has no assignment. Oh, how can I write that? Let's write long. Even we assign it null to str3, it has no value in it. It has no value in it. It is just like this one because we don't assign value, we do not print it. Okay, this is a null pointer. We are just telling that by assigning we are telling Java, hey, I know it has nothing. I know this variable has nothing in it. And it's up to me. Trust me, I will handle things. Don't worry, Java. Yes, we should be aware of that. Even though it seems like we have assigned null to it, it is exactly like this. It has nothing in it still. Let's try to use if it matters, but before that, I will write this is a null pointer. Let's make it a little flashy. This is the critical point. The upper side line. Okay. Let's try to use if it matters. Let's try to print it directly. So str3. You know, when we tried to print str2 directly, we couldn't be able to print anything. When I try to print this one, it works, but it will point, hey, it is null. It prints null, but it is to inform us that's a null pointer. And it has nothing in it. So if I try to use this str3 with a method, str3, I've forgotten to print it, str3 dot concatenation. Let's try to add Java to it. You know, normally in the previous one, when we did not assign anything to str2, we couldn't be able to use concatenation method with it. We couldn't be able to assign Java to it because here it says str2 does not have any value, so you cannot add Java to it. It has nothing, not even nothing. It has no nothing. How I don't know how I can say that. So when you try to use it like this, Java will complain here. It will say, hey, str2, yes, you pointed null to it, but still it has nothing inside of it, so you cannot use it with other methods. This is the name of the exception. The program malfunctioned, and we have faced blue screen, scary blue screen. Null pointer exception. because str3 does not have any value in it, we cannot use it with methods. Null pointers most of the time is used just to mention that when trying to print it, there is nothing in it. So let me use it like this. Sort str3 plus Java. Instead of using a concatenation method, if you use it like this, it will be able to print it because I will try to explain that part. Oh, I have forgotten to cancel this one. Here it is, null Java. Oh, what happened? Did I delete it? Where is it? Okay, here it is. Because string is strong, even though it's a null, the string changing its data type to string, so we could be able to print null Java. Let's think it like a string variable. If it was a string variable, we could be able to change the cases, right? I want to make all the letters capital, so let's try to that. So str3 just uppercase. This part is not important. This time it will not work because str3 has nothing inside of it. So you cannot change the letters. They are not letters. This is a meaning. I can say that. It means str3 has nothing inside of it. We will see another null pointer exception here. Here it is. Null means null is a meaning of the situation. So it is not a value. Because of that, we cannot change the cases. Because of that, we cannot change letters because it's not a value. It's just a meaning that this variable has nothing in it. I hope it's clear for you. It's really a hard topic to explain, and I hope I could be able to explain it. Okay. str1 and str2 are very similar. This one has a null value, but this one has nothing. But still, for the first one, we are just mentioning Java. Yes, I know str1 has nothing inside of it, but don't worry, I know what I'm doing here. When you try to, another one, when you try to print the length of str2, you won't be able to. And for the str1, it will be same. It will give you a null pointer exception. We have another funny or interesting topic here. We will use replace. Okay, for that one, I will open another class, CO2, replace method. Before everything, we should create the main method, and we're ready. And we should have a string variable to work on. String str, it has Java is the line. Java is the line itself. We have a variable right now, a value. What happens? What can I do if I wanted to change all the letters to capitals? How can I do that? Java has a way to that, and of course, Java developers created a method for us. So, str replace. I want to replace something with something, right? So I should have a method for it. Yes, we know we can create a method for ourselves by using the quotes, but until now we haven't learned the loops, so let's focus on the primitive methods. Replace. There are two ways to use this replace. The first one, we can use char data type, old char and new char. And from the namings, we should be able to understand what they are for. For the old one, I will use a lowercase a, and I want to change it with a capital A. Okay, I will use this one. I should add a, comma, capital A. And let's see what will happen. Here it is. What's that? As you can see, all the A letters right now a capital. What happened to original variable? Did I change the original str? Let me tell you. I will show instead of telling. As you can see, original variable did not change. To change any str, you have to make the assignment. Don't forget that. Using methods does not change the original variable. Yes, I'm just printing the result of this replacement method. It is not affecting the original value. Well, let me check Google. Still, we have no questions there. It really worries me. There should be a few questions. Okay. We did it. Okay, let's think of something else. If I wanted to change spaces with underlines, it's very easy, right? Just sort str. The first thing should be the value I want to change. Then I want to change the spaces with a new char, and it will be underlined. Dot replace. I want to change spaces with underlines. Okay, it should work. It's pretty easy if you ask me. Here it is. It does not have any space in it, not anymore. All spaces has been changed with underlines. What happens? How can I change spaces if I want to delete the spaces? Yes, it has 3 space characters here. How can I delete all of them? It's very easy. This old char will be space, and I will change it with nothing. Right? Changing space with nothing means we are deleting it. Delete all space characters. Sort str replace. I wanted to replace space character with nothing. But char, if you use char dot type, it has to have something in it, a character. So instead of using pardon me. Yes, char data type has to store a character. So I cannot write nothing with char data type. Instead, I can use string data type now. When you use double quotes, it means you are working with strings. And string can have nothing. Let's run it. Here it is. We could be able to delete the space characters. Let's change the life. I will say Java is the happiness. It's again very easy. Change life with happiness. Of course, we will use replace, str, replace. Old data is live, right? I want to change this and it will be old, live. And I want to change it with happiness. I will copy it from here and print it here. Target is live, replacement is happiness. It will change it with happiness. Okay. We are going good. Well, if they ask you something like that, delete all A characters. We are planning to delete all the A characters. Just like this space, I will say I want to change all the A's with nothing. So str1, str, replace. I want to change all the A characters with nothing. And we will have, we'll come here, come on board. As you can see, Java had 2 A characters, letters, and now it has none. Oh, I want to show you another. Replace something else, replace Java with live and live with happiness. I mean, we are going to change Java, it will be live, and live will be happiness. I want to change 2 things right now. Solve str1, str, replace. First, I want to change Java, and it will be live from now on. Let's make first letter. Okay, it's okay. But as you can see, first letter should be kept. It's very important. So I can change this one too. And then, if you want to change something else, just add dot there and write it again. Replace. Now let's write it like this. I will add dot at the end of the code. Thus, I'm continuing writing the code. Replace. And I want to change live with happiness. Okay, it should work. Yes, it is working. Now it was Java is the live, now it is live is the happiness. It's very long, so I will press enter from here. It will be more understandable if I move it down low. Spaces when you are writing the code is not important. So we could be able to change it. Let's use something interesting. If I want to print underlines between everything, we can do it like this. So, str replace with. If you remember, at the beginning of the str, there is nothing. At the end, there is also nothing. And between the letters ins, there is nothing. Between all letters, there is nothing. So if I change nothing with something, let's see what happens. I want to change nothing with underlines. Whenever there is nothing somewhere, it will change it with underline. So come on, boy, come here. As you can see, the result is exactly like I told you. Between everything, there is nothing. And at the end of everything, like this one, there is nothing, and at the beginning, there will be always nothing. Java works like this way. It's very good way to write something, right? Okay. If I ask you to change on the first one, just change the first A. We have another method for this. If they want to change on the first letter, here, when I try to replace A with capital one, it changed all of them, both of them. But if you want to change on the first one, we have other methods in there. str dot replace first. This will only replace the first one it places. And I will write A here, and I will change it to capital A. Okay, I will change the personal name. So easily, it will only change the first A. And it's here. Only first A has been changed. Okay, let me check. YouTube, you can ask questions from YouTube, also from Slack or Zoom channel. All of them are accepted. I will try to answer all of them. So far, we don't have any question, but don't forget that YouTube, my voice reaches to YouTube after 20 seconds, so it may take 20 seconds for me to answer your question, even though I can see it when you write it. Let's continue. I couldn't be able to see the question here. But before that, let's go back to the slide and review it from there. Yes, you should use replace strings to change and new value. Old value, new value. You can use it with the words or letters. You can also use it with char data type. Like this, when you learn Java, get the job. Yes, it's very cool. If you want to change the first letter with the lowercase one, as you can see, just need to say this old char should be changed with this new one, and it will be like this. The letters shape will change. But I even thought you use replace to change something, it won't change the original one. As you can see, when I try to print original str, it will still print a capital letter. If you make the assignment like this, you can change the original value. If you don't use assignment, it won't affect the original value. As you can see here, we are trying to replace job, get the job, with offer word. And I am making the assignment. This value will be assigned to str. From now on, when I try to print it, I will see offer instead of job. It will change the original value. And this is also an important topic. We are going to use replace all. To use replace all, we have regex. And I will try to explain it from the code. For that, we need another class, CO3. I will make replace all. Normally, in this one, we want to change A's, it has changed all the A letters with something. But what happens if I want to change all the numbers? What happens if I want to change all the symbols? Not singular target, instead of if I want to use a group of them. Let me show you now. I will write first main method and I will create another string. str, it will be okay. As you can see, we have a variable and it's very hard to read when I write it like this, but I know what is written there. If I want to get rid of all the numbers, how can I do that? Somehow I should say Java, hey, I want to change all the numbers. Or instead I can change replace 2 with nothing, replace 3 with nothing, replace 4 with nothing. Things like that, it's very long and we do not prefer writing it like this. Instead, we have regex. These are the regex, a few of them. There are a lot of different of regex you can use. And actually, all of them has a group. For example, if you write // w, lowercase w, it means all the letters and the numbers. It's very important. If you use // d, it means all the digits. So you can change all the digits with something. If you use capitals, it means everything non-digit. Anything that's not a letter or number, delete them all. So first, we have a lot of unwanted numbers here. If I want to change the all numbers, I should use these digits, right? I will tell the computer to delete all of them. I will change all the digits with nothing. To delete all numbers from value, I can say that. So str replace. This time I will use replace all because I am planning to use a regex, a group of characters. And here between double quotes, by using this symbol and entering T, it means I want to do something with the numbers and I want to change it with nothing. I will replace all the digits with nothing. And let's see the result. As you can see, it's very clear now. I can read it. Okay, it is acceptable. We could be able to get rid of all the numbers. But what happens? For example, you want to receive an email, I'm sorry, IBAN number, a bank account number from your friend. But somehow your friend entered something like this. By mistake, he also entered letters there. But you don't want to see the letters. You just want to see the numbers. It's very easy. So you just need to replace everything and you will write, I want to do something with non-digits. It means all the characters which are not numbers. I want to delete all of them. I want to replace them with nothing. As you can see, capital D has changed everything. Now we should see only the numbers. It's very important, for example, you want to test something from website, perhaps it can be a price or a number, and if it has string values, letters in it, you can delete them easily by using this regex codes. So now let's create a question right now. We have taken a string variables from price one, not price, from the website. Somehow it came like this. First product is USD. And the second one came like this. String price 2. Second product is 100 USD. And you are testing if the some of those products calculated correctly. Test that. Test that. Some of product prices calculated correctly. That's the task. We are going to test that. But how can we do that? We cannot use string values to calculate some of those values. First, somehow, I need to reach those values, right? First, I want to delete all the letters. Let's do that. To change the original value, you need to make assignment. So I will write like this. Price 1 equals to price 1 dot replace all. I want to delete all the letters and spaces, everything. If it is not a number, I want to delete it. I will use this code. If it is not now a number, please delete it. Please change it with nothing. I will do the same thing for the second price. Price 2 equals to price 2. Replace all. If it is not a number, please delete it. Please delete it. Replace it with nothing. So to be sure, let's print that. Start price 1 and price 2. First, I want to see if I did the job. Okay, as you can see, price 1 is 112, 150, and price 2 is 100, just as I liked. Let's calculate the sum of it. So price 1 plus price 2. And things will get a little complicated here. As you can see, it's like this. Instead of calculating some of those numbers, the system just put them together because these are not numbers. We should be careful. As you can see, these are not numbers. Instead, both of them are text values. To calculate some of them, first I need to make them number. It's very easy. Let's use it like this. I will print something. First, I will go to the integer and non-primitive primitive class. I will use parseInt. This code changes any entered text value to number. I will say price 1. And this will make it a number. Now, let's do the same thing for the second one, integer. parseInt. If you want to change a text value to number, you should write integer parseInt and the text value price. It will directly calculate the final price for 2 products. We should be able to see 250. Okay, I think it's break time. Let's have our break time and we will continue. But before that, I want to check if we have any question. No, we don't have any, but I hope I could be able to cover everything. But if you have any question, please do not hesitate to ask it. I would love to answer them. Okay, now let's have our break time. Then we will continue. Okay, we have used regex, and I want to show you different regex. We have seen a few of them from here. I can use the regex you can use, but actually there are more than that. Here, Nova regex, and I will random open a few of them. Here, one of them will have the regex. No, not here. Oh, for example, these are a few of them, I think. But I could be able to see out of regex here. I think these are the ones we are looking for out of different regex. The letters, digits, non-digits, as you can see, and different things, symbols perhaps. I'm not sure. There are, as you can see, a lot of different regex you can use in your coding. We do not need to know all of them. If you need, just Google it, and Google will helpfully help you. Yes, let's use another one. This time we will try to clean a code user entered. So it will be a good practice for everybody here. I'll try to find the code. Okay, let's create another class CO3 for replace all. Main method, take text your own user, then accept letters, clean everything from the text. But we should not delete the space. And we should not delete space characters. Yes, it says take a text from user, but I will directly create it. String str, it will be. Let's take it from here. I do not want to write it one more time. I will share it from chat channel. If you want, I can share it from the YouTube account too. But no one asked for it, so I will continue from here. We have a string value. Let's say user enter this. And we will act according to that. So it says clean everything. You know, this one does not have symbols in it, and we will increase the difficulty of this question. I will add a few questions, a few symbols. Now it's harder than before. So first, we can replace all the numbers. Or I want to change one more time. I will start with something very easy, then we will change it. I will not add symbols. Okay, now it is only numbers and letters. So at first, let's get rid of the numbers. It's very easy, right? Or can we do something else? How can we get rid of everything? I prefer deleting all the numbers. Okay. I will write like this, str equals str, replace all. Instead of replace, we should use replace all. And I want to delete all the numbers. It's very easy. Just write it like this and change them with nothing. Let's print it. Sort str. As you can see, I could be able to change it without any problem. Is there a problem here? I could have said it like this too. Change everything non-letter. If you want to see non-letters, let's go back to the slide if I can find it. Where is it? Here it is. You know, if I don't think this is not a letter or number, I can delete them by using this one, right? So let's try that one. String str. Oh, str equals to str. Replace all. I want to delete everything letter or number with nothing. And let's print the result. As you can see, all the numbers are there, and also it has deleted spaces. A space character is not a letter or numbers. Because of that, this one will delete space characters too, and we don't want that. Because of that, for now, let's make it comment. Now this worked, right? We could be able to reach Java beautiful. But of course, as I told you before, we will make it harder in each step. Let's add a few more symbols everywhere. And I will use brackets too. And I want to leave out of space here. What happens now? At first, it was very good, but now at the second step, we have a lot of things to delete, right? I can only see Java here. There are a lot of spaces and a lot of symbols. How can I fix that? Can you tell me? But here, what I am sure is it does not have any space in it. You should be careful about that. I have deleted all the numbers, and I am sure of that this one does not have any space in it. And now I want to delete all the symbols. It's very easy. I will use this code to delete all the symbols. Str equals to str, replace all. This time I will use / capital, and I want to delete everything. If it is not a letter or number, it will be deleted because I'm trying to delete everything. And this one will delete all the letters. I'm sorry, all the symbols. Now let's write the steps. Delete all. Okay, let's see what we have now. As you can see, we could be able to get rid of everything, but while in the process, we have also lost space characters. How can we handle this situation? Somehow, I don't want to delete the space characters. Let's do a little brainstorm about that. Brainstorming. Actually, it's very easy, and we can create the logic here. When I delete all the numbers, I'm sure that this value does not have any numbers in it. And this one, the second step, will delete everything which is not a letter or number, space characters included. So I'm sure that it does not no numbers in it. I have deleted all the numbers. But willingly, what happens if I change the space characters to number? I will know that I changed them to number. Okay, I changed them to a number because when I delete all the numbers, it shouldn't have any numbers. But willingly, to store the space character, I will change all the spaces to something else, so it won't be deleted in the next step. Str equals to str replace all. And now I want to change all the letters to a number. Let's write it. Also deletes all the space characters. So we are changing them to a number. Now, in the last part, instead of spaces, we will be able to see numbers. But as you can see, it is still working because I could be able to get rid of all the symbols. I just need to change these numbers to space characters again. Str equals to str, replace all. I want to change 5 to space. At first, there were space characters instead of 5. And it seems like working, but there are a lot of spaces here. We have another regex for that. Let's go back to the slide and see. If there are multiple spaces side by side, I can do something with it. As you can see, this means if this will find 2 or more space characters altogether. And if there are more than one, I can change it all of them to one space character. So str equals to str, but replace all. I just need to write this syntax regex // s plus. And I want to change, if there are more than one space somewhere, I want to change it to one space. And now everything should be right, in order. Java is beautiful, as you can see. It is working like magic. If you know what to do, it's very easy. And even though you do not know how you can do it, just try to create a logic by using what you know. With that, and we could be able to solve the question. Another one is coming. We will learn another method. It's an easy one, and I think you are not going to use it. At least one of them. I will try to explain 2 different methods. And this one, CO5, print, repeat, and 3. Those are the methods we are going to use for this one. Main method. Let's say we have a string value equals to hello world. And you want to repeat this string again and again. You want to repeat writing it 4 times, for example. It's very easy. So str, I want to repeat this str 4 times. It will print it 4 times. It's a little hard to understand, so let's add a space at the ending. There will be a space between them. Hello world, hello world, hello world. Let's add a comma. And it's better, I think. At least we can read it now. As you can see, it's not very hard. We have another method, three method. You may need to use it in actual life. It's a useful method. I will add hello world. As you can see, there are a lot of space characters at the end and at the beginning. There are a lot of unnecessary space characters. So most of the time, if user enter value like this, space characters will be unnecessary and they should be deleted. That's very easy. Just you need to do it to this. First, to be able to understand, I want to show you the length of this string. The length of this string is 49. And now we will trim it. If there are unnecessary spaces at the beginning or at the ending, you can cut them out, trim them. str equals to str.trim. That's all you need to do. Trim method will cut out all unnecessary space characters. And the result will be, oh, I'm sorry, we did not print it. So str here it is. As you can see, there's no space at the beginning or at the end. Let's print the new length to str length. It was 49, now it has only 11 characters in it. Hello world, that's all. But the critical point here, it did not delete the space character which was at the middle of the word. It does not delete middle spaces. It only deletes the space characters at the beginning or at the ending. Sometimes user may enter something like that, so you may use the limit by using this method. Let me check YouTube account. Okay, no question there. Zoom channel, no. Slack, none. And it means I'm a very good teacher, excellent teacher. I'm explaining everything so well. Nobody is asking any question. I hope it's that way. So again, let's continue. Let's try to solve a few questions. It is an easy question. Okay. CO6 question time. Main method. I will write like this. Take a sentence from user if there is home or in it print home sweet home. If there is working is good, working is good, print if there is in the print working is good, all is well. Another one, if there is at in the sentence print we need a home and a work. The last one, if there are both of them, print below Java. That is not Java. Okay, let's try to understand what we are looking here. If we are going to take a sentence from user, if it has home in it, we will print home sweet home. If there is a word in it, working is good, we will print. And if there is at in it, we need a home and a work. Okay, if there are okay, I added one more. I will delete this part. I added too many, so I will delete one of them. I will delete this one. Sorry there, my mistake. If none, print none. So if it has home, we will print this. If there is isn't it, I will print that. If both of them are in the sentence, we will print something else. If none, there is none of them, we will print none. Before solving the question, you should create the logic. How can I do that? It's very easy. I can check for home and is, and I can check both of them at the same time. But what about the order? Is order important here? Well, let me tell you, yes. Let's say you checked for the home. If it can find home in it, it will print home sweet home. Let's say you have checked for is at the second one, it will print it. But when both of them are in this sentence, this one won't be executed no matter what, because when the system could be able to find one of them, it won't check the second one. So this one should be checked at first. First, we should check if both of them are in this sentence, and we will print "we love Java." And then separately, we should check home, and if it is false, if there is if system could not be able to find both of them at the same time, we will check them separately. Otherwise, code will not work. And the string sentence will be I came home and I came home and TV is broken. That's not very logical. Don't worry about the logic right now. I came home and TV was broken, or TV is broken. No, and no, TV is broken. Okay, as you can see, there is home word and is word at the same time. Let's say user entered this. User enters. So if you don't want to worry about capital cases, first you need to change everything to lowercase. If you don't want to worry about capital letters, first we need to change all of them to lowercase. That's very easy. Sentence equals to sentence dot till lowercase. When you do that, it will be like this. So we do not need to print it, right? It will just only change this one. It will be a lowercase r. So I think we agreed on to checking both of them at the first condition. Otherwise, it may not work. If there's a statement, we have to use if. If a star sentence contains home, and at the same time, I want that another condition. If you want to check two different conditions at the same time, you have to use and operator. Sentence at the same time, sentence also contains, should contain is. If it has both of them, I will write something. We love Java. Okay, we can create, we should create connected if-else statements. It means instead of writing out of unconnected if statements, we need to write else if, because if this is false, if it does not have both of them, I want to check the second step. It doesn't matter which one is first. I can check home or is at first for the second line, second condition. There, the order is not important. If sentence contains home, I will print home sweet home. Else, if it is still wrong, if it is still false, it means it does not contain both of them at the same time. And I know that right now, if it does not contain home, I should check if it contains is. Another else if sentence contains is. If it does it, no, right? Working is good. Okay, and if all of them are wrong, if it does not have any of desired words in it, I will write else. If all of them are false, print none. So none. And I hope it's correct. It should work. Let's test it. This one has a word, home, and is at the same time, so it should write we love Java. It is working. If I delete is, for example, right now it has only home in it, it should write, if it has only home sweet home sweet home. Oh, it seems like it's working. If it has only is, and it does not have the homework, working is good. If it has none of them, it will print none. Come on, print none. Okay, print it now. It seems I have. It seems it's working, and I have checked all the situations. Any question right now? We have. When you face this kind of question, sometimes order is important. And if you don't uh, if you cannot think about the order, just write it and test it. You will see where things are going wrong. If I created this home and sweet home at the third one, when I entered both of them, it wouldn't work. You can try it at your home, but don't try too hard. Don't worry, it will work. So the next question is, I want to solve another one. We have a lot of time, so we should be able to solve a lot of questions. This one a little longer than the previous one. CO7 questions. Main method. Actually, we have questions here. Okay, I will copy it from here. It says get a user's first and last name separately. If the name is longer, print the first letters of the name and the surname as capitals, and the rest should be lowercase. Okay. If the surname is longer, print the first letters of the name as capital, and the rest of the name should be lowercase, and all the surname letters should be capital. What's the difference? Oh, if the name is longer, first names and last names, first letters will be capital, not the other ones. If the surname is longer, we will print the first letter of the name as a capital, but surname should be all in capitals. Okay, I will copy this question and I will try to solve it. Finding questions is always hard for me. Well, okay. If the name is longer, print the first letters of the name and surname as capitals, and the rest should be lowercase. Okay. If the surname is longer, print the first letter of the name as capital, and the rest of name should be lowercase, and all the surname letters should be in capital. Okay. Then. Okay, it's right. We have the question. The first step says get the first name and last name separately. I will create them here. If you want, you can take them from user. Name will be Ahmed. String surname, it will be Brown. But let's say user entered them like this. The names are correct, but it's although wrong. So there's a condition, right? If the name is longer. First condition is if name length, that's the length of the name, is higher than surname length. If the name is longer than surname, the situation is not that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, both of them same. So this won't work, but let's write the code. If the name length is longer than surname's length, we should apply this rule. print the first letters of the name and surname as capitals. Okay. Okay, let's create an empty string new name surname. At first, it will have nothing. And I will store the new typing to this variable. It will be equal to. First, I need to reach first letter of the name. How can I reach first letter of the name? It's very easy. There are two ways to reach first letter of the name. I can use charAt or substring methods. So reach first letter of the string variables. We can use charAt or substring methods. But if we use charAt, charAt method, we cannot make it a capital. So if that's out of question, we have to use substring methods. To reach the first one, Ahmed, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Somehow I should be able to start from 0 and I should draw a line before 1. I mean, I will print everything between 0 and 1. It will print the first letter. Name dot substring 0, 1. It will bring me the first letter. I have the first letter of the name. I want to make the capital, right? To make it capital to uppercase. Now I have the first letter as a capital. And I want to continue. So I have added plus. Then rest should be lower cases, if I remember correctly. Yes. We are planning to print the first letter of name and surname as capitals. The rest should be lower cases. I could be able to print the first letter of the name, and now it's an uppercase. How can I reach the rest of the name? It is like this. I should start from the index 1 and print the rest. To do that, I can use substring 1. Name.substring 1. I will enter only one letter. So starting from 1, it will print everything. But all of them should be lowercase, right? So it's raised to lowercase. And it will work. I have written the name as they asked me. Now I should add a space between name and surname, plus a space. I will continue working on the surname. Surname, where is surname? Dot. Again, first I need to reach the first letter. 0, 1. This is the first letter, and I want to make it a capital. Plus, and the rest should be lowercase. Surname dot substring starting from 1 and to the rest. All of them should be lowercase. Oh, there should be a plus here, sorry. My name is ready. But this code will be executed if the name is longer than surname. So I will add a few things to make it longer than Brown. At the end, I will print the new name and surname. Salt, new name and surname. Now this code should work and we should see everything proper order. As you can see, it is working. Even though everything is written wrong, it fixed everything. If the name is longer than surname, this code will be executed. If it's not, else. We have only two options here, so I can use else. If the surname is longer, print the first letter of the name as capital and the rest should be lowercase. Just like this one, right? The first part is exactly the same. New surname will be equal to name. I will write the first letter as a capital, substring 0, 1, and I will make the capital. Plus, the rest should be lowercase. It is again same. I will print the rest. Name starting from 1, and all of them should be lowercase. I did it. Could be able to print the name as they ordered me to. And then I will add a space. And I will write a surname. Surname should be all in capitals, okay? Surname, I'm not going to reach any substring because all of them should be changed uppercase. And that's all. And let's try. As you can see, it's working. They were like this, and it's not very beautiful. When I use this method, I could be able to change the name like a great person's name. I know technically in the emails it should be written like this. You can write a code, an application, for example, when user enters name and surname like this, you can change it like this by using this code. Okay, thank you very much. I will check the question side. No, there is no question. Okay, let's continue after 10, 11 minutes. Thank you very much. See you after 11 minutes. Hello again. Let's continue. The last question we could be able to write the name perfectly, and this new question will try something else. Let's go back to the slide and try to solve another question. Yes, I think we can solve this one. Let's say ask the user for a password, check the following terms, and tell the user any missing terms that need to be corrected. If it satisfies all the conditions, print password saved successfully. Okay, first letter of the password should be a lowercase. Last character must be a number. The password must not contain spaces. The length must be at least 10 characters. I will copy this question and let's try to solve it. First, I need to find it, of course. Here I found it. And another class CO8 questions. And the question is like this. Oh, very long one. I hate this. Okay. We will get a password from user, and the password should match those conditions. If all of them are correct, we will write password saved successfully. I've forgotten to create main method, and now we are ready. First, there are a few things we should decide. When you are writing the code, there are a lot of conditions. If it means we will use if statements. Will they be connected? I mean, will we write a lot of if statements which are not connected, and or we can write if, else if, another else if, and else code. If we use else if statements, I mean, if all the if statements are connected, if it checks the first one, if it is true, and the others won't be checked. I mean, let's say this system has found an error here. It will say first letter must be a lowercase, but it won't check other conditions if you create if statements connected. If you create them unconnected, the old conditions will be checked. But at the end, you'll face another difficulty. In this kind of situations, if my password is wrong, I want to see all the reasons altogether. If it was like this, hey, your first letter must be a lowercase. Yes, I fixed it. Then it will say, oh, last character must be a number. I don't want this. I want to see all the problems at once, all together. It means we should create conditions unconnected. We should create if statements. Oh, let's write if statements unconnected, because all the error messages should be at the console. All error messages should be seen by the user at the same time. So let's take a password from user, string password will be, I think can be, hello 134. I hope it is not your password. And we have a password now. I can start creating if statements. The first one, if it says first letter must be a lowercase. If it is something like this, instead of working with string data type, we should prefer using char data type. You know, when we use char data type, we can also use ASCII table. I hope you can remember it from the lesson. ASCII table means all the characters act like numbers. Come on, show it to me. Here, all the characters can act like numbers. When we use char data type, I can say that the entered character should be between char A and char Z, or capital ones. But I cannot do that when I use string data types. First letter must be lowercase. Somehow, I should be able to reach the first letter, and it should be bigger than A and lowercase a and higher lower than lowercase z. I mean, it should be between 98 and 122. If it has another number, it means it's not a lowercase. I hope you could be able to understand how to use ASCII table. First, we need to reach the first letter of the password. It's very easy, right? I just need to write password char at 0. This is the first letter. And we know that it should be higher than A. It should be higher or equal to, or we are going to write it like this, right? If it is not a lowercase, we will do something. We will print, if it is not a lowercase, we will print first letter must be a lowercase. So if it is negative side, if the A is lower than 98, it means it's not a lowercase. And at the same time, it should be higher than 122. If it was between those values, it will be a lowercase. If it is not in that line, it means it's it is not a lowercase. It should be if it is lower than capital character A, and at the same time, if the password char at 0, if it is higher than char Z, it means it's not a lowercase. That's certain. If this is the situation, I will print this. So first letter must be a lowercase because it is not. It should have been between those there's numbers, there's letters, but it is not. So it will print that. Let's create connected to another if statement. The last character must be a number. If. So the first challenge is somehow we should be able to reach last character. Actually, it's very easy. Again, I will use char at, but I will use strlen. You know, when I enter Ali, indexes are 0, 1, 2, but the length is 3, right? Length is 3, but the last, if I want to reach the index 2, I should write char at length -1. When I use it like this, I will be able to reach Q. So it will print char, which is at the index 2. So, fast forward. I want to reach char at an index. How can I reach that index, last index? And I I need to calculate the password's length, and when I add -1, I will be able to reach the char at last index. It should be smaller than char 0. It means if it is smaller than 0, it is somewhere here, right? This part, if it is smaller than 0. And I will say, if it is higher than 9, it will be somewhere here, and it won't be a number. If it is between those, it is correct. So at the same time, if it is password char at password length -1, if the last character is higher than index 9, this means it's not a digit. I will print this. Let me check if there's a question. No, there is no. I completed the second challenge or task. Password must not contain space. As you can see, normally password should not have a space. If it has, we will print an error message. If password contains space in it, I will write the error message. So and the last one. Again, I will create another if statement. This time we will, if the length is less than 10 characters, if the length is lesser than 10, lower than 10, there will be an error message. If password's length is smaller than 10, we will see an error message. If it is correct, the system will print this. Let's write the explaining for all of them. This was the first one's condition. It says it is for this one. Must not, there shouldn't be any space in it. And I did the last one. So let's do the work. This is the variable. Let's check the conditions manually. First letter must be lowercase. It is not. So it will print this error message. Last character must be a number. It is. We won't see this error message. Password must not contain any spaces. It has not. It won't print this message. The length must be at least 10. I'm not sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It will print this last error message too. It should. Oh, this one did not work. So somehow, oh, of course, it should be or instead of and. So if one of them is true, the system will print this. I mean, if the A is lower than, if it is lower than A, it means if this one is true, it means it's a symbol. This one is enough to print this one. I cannot check if it is higher than 0. Both of them cannot be true if I use add symbol operator between them. Now it should work. As you can see, according to the results, you can change your code. Writing the right code at first attempt is really hard, and actually it's very close to impossible in real coding world. So it is working right now. First letter must be a lowercase, the length must be 10 characters. Let's change the first letter with lowercase. Now it should be deleted. The length must be blah blah. Okay. I increase the number of numbers. There should be no error message. But we haven't tested that. I want to change the last number with a letter, so it should say the last character must be a number. It did not. Oh, again, same error. I'm sorry. Instead of added operator, it should be or operator. If one of them is correct, the system will print this. As you can see, it says last character must be a number. Let's check the space. Now it should also say password should not have a space in it. Okay, we have checked all the conditions and it is working. But this is the right answer. The password is correct according to rules, but when I run it, there is no error message, or if everything is correct, it should print password saved successfully. How can we do that? It is very critical here. Actually, we do not know how to do it. If I write else here, for example, it will only affect this last if statement, because if statements are not connected, as you can see. They run separately. Somehow, the first step, I should create a connection between them. Every one of them, or somehow I should create a logic, and in this logic, I should be able to check all the if statements. How can I do that? That's the question we should ask. Let's think it like this. We are in a prison, and for every day, you are creating a line. This is the first day, this is the second day, this is the third day, and this is the fourth day. And you are saying that at the fourth day, I will do that. And always you will count them to be sure that you are on the right day, and you will apply for something. Or you are in an island, and you know that once a week there will be a ship coming to that island, and do not to forget the days you are placing a mark there. We will do the same thing. If this is correct, if there is no error here, I will put a mark. If this is also correct, if there is no error, I will put another mark. If still this is correct, I will put another mark. Or let's do it like this. If this message is displayed, if there is an error, I will put an error message, error mark. Hey, this one is wrong. For this one, if there is an error, I will put another error mark. So if all of them are correct, they won't be any mark in the paper. I mean, if the password is wrong, I will put the error message on paper. If there is no error message on the paper, it means password is correct. Let's do that. Most of the time, you can do it by an integer flag. The name can be flag, anything, and it can start from 0. If there's an error message here, I will increase this flag's value. I mean, I'm putting a symbol there, flag plus plus. If this is false, it means password's first letter is a lowercase. If it is correct, this code won't be executed, and the system won't increase the value of the flag. If this message is short, if this message on the screen, I will again increase the value of the flag by 1. It means last character must be a number, and it is not. And for all of them, I will do the same thing. Each time we face an error, the value of flag is increasing by 1. So at the end, if flag's value is still 0, it means this system couldn't be able to find any mistake in the password. If it is still 0, each time we will find an error in the password, I increase the value of flag by 1. If it is 0, if it is 10, if it is still 0, it means the system couldn't be able to find any error in this flag. So according to that flag, if flag equals to 0, it means there's no error. We can print the success message. So let's test that. This is a correct message. Yes. Let's change it. Now it's not a correct answer, not correct password according to the rules, because last character should be a number. So we shouldn't be able to see this success message. Instead, there should be an error message. It is working. Okay, do you have any question? No, okay, let me write and explain here. If an error message is displayed on console, we added increase the value of flag. At the end, if it is still 0, it means system will not be able to find any error. And password saved successfully, message will appear there. Okay. Let's go back. Collect and print strict prices given by user in certain format. Input, euro, input, blah, blah. Write a program details. Oh, we did that. We have also did this one. We have solved 4th and 5th questions. Take a string from user. If the length of the string is even, add. Oh, we are going to add the symbol there. The middle, if the length is odd, delete the middle letter and replace it with O. sad face. Let's try to do that. I don't know if the time is enough for us, but I will try to solve this question. I hope we can solve it. C09 questions. Main method and the long question. Okay. Okay, we will take a string from user. If the length is an even number, we will add this symbol to middle. The middle part is on the heart, don't worry. We will handle that. If the length of the string is odd, delete the middle letter and replace it with a set face. Let's take the string value from user. If you are taking a value from user, let's use it properly. Let's do it proper way. We are going to take it from user this time. Start, please. Your name. String name will be taken from user. Okay, we have the name right now. According to name, according to the length of the name, we will do something. So first, let's calculate the length. Integer length equals the name dot length. We have the length right now, and I couldn't write it. If the length is an even number, we will add smiling face to the middle. If the condition, you should know how to find if a number is even or odd number. It's very easy. If we can divide it by 2, it's an even number. If the length modulus 2 equals to 0. It means it's an even number. And right now, we should add smiling face to the middle. It says add. It means we are not going to delete anything. We just print the first side of the name, for example, Mehmet. I will add a smiling face here. That's the case. How can I do that? First, I need to write the preferred first part of the name, then add the smiling face there, and print the last one. That's very easy, actually. So let's print. So somehow I need to write the first side of the name. Name dot. If I want to reach a part of the string, I should use substring. Starting from 0, I will continue until the index. Let me write index here. It will help us 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The length is 6, right? And starting from 0, I should write everything until the 3. This 3 will be the limit. The half of the length, yes, you can. So half of the length will be the limit. Length divided by 2. It will print the first side. Now let's add the smiley face. We could be able to write map. And now it's time to add smiley face. Plus the smiley face. Then I need to write the rest of the name. It's very easy. I will use again substring starting from 3. I print everything. 3 means half of the length. Name plus substring length divided by 2. This much code should work. I will write Mehmet, and it should print as asked from me. I will write Mehmet. Wow, it's working. The last part, the second part is the same. It say if the length is odd. Ahmed, for example. We will delete the middle character. We are not going to print the middle one. Instead of that, there will be set face. Don't think it like this. This is 5, right? I need to, and let me write the index values. 0, 1, 2, oh, not 2. 2 is here. We have deleted it. We should delete it. 3 and 4. At first, I will use the same structure. When I divide 5 by 2, it will be 2. Okay, I know it's 2.5, but no, integer values cannot store decimal units, so directly it will be 2. And then it means 0. If I use substring by using those numbers, I can reach the first part of the name. Else, if it is not an even number, it means it's an odd number. So, name dot substring 0, 2. It will print all the letters until the middle one. Plus, then I will add the set face. Plus, then I should continue printing the values from this one, 3. But when I divided it by 2, I could be able to reach 2. But I need 3. It means plus 1, right? Oh, it shouldn't be true. Sorry, it should be calculated according to length. Right, I should write the length by 2. Okay, now I will write name dot substring. How can I write 3? 5 divided by 2 plus 1. Length divided by 2 plus 1. And it will print the rest. Let's see. Ahmed. It is working perfectly fine. Let me go to the places where I can receive the questions, and I cannot see any questions. So I'm a perfect, excellent teacher. I have covered everything. Of course, it's not that way. Please ask your questions without any hesitation. I would love to answer them. You should have a few questions. This is a hard to understand question. This question is a little hard to understand because we have used a lot of different numbers, lengths, blah, blah. So there should be a few questions. None? Okay, then I cannot see any question anywhere. Thank you very much. That's all for today. If you have any question, you can reach me from anywhere. Just ask your questions and I will try to answer them in the next lesson. We will have another lesson tomorrow, and on Monday we won't have. And the next lesson is on Sunday, and after that we will talk about it at the ending of the lesson. Thank you very much, and I hope to see you tomorrow. Good night.